Hello, Lions, all the members who was online. Welcome to the session. And now I am delighted to introduce PDG Line Zoltan Dohar. He was the district governor of A2, while PDG Line Jeffrey Friedman was the A711 governor. Everybody knows that. So that was the same time he was the governor over there. He is a charter member of the Townsend Lions Club, and which was chartered in February 1984. He is a hearing chair for A2, but also the MDA hearing chair and chairperson of the board of directors of Line Home for Deaf People. Please welcome PDG Line Zoltan. The stage is yours, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Lion Dave. Lions, Lioness, Leos. Isn't technology fantastic when it works? And it's great until it doesn't. We had a different program for today. Lion Slava was supposed to go first, and then I was supposed to follow up at the end. But through technical difficulties, we had to change the program a little bit. Again, my name is Lion Zoltan Dohar. I'm the chairman of the board for Lions Home for Deaf People. Once Slava gets on, she's got a very lengthy but very informative program that she's going to introduce to you about some of the things that Lions Home for Deaf People have accomplished over the years. However, I just wanted to, at this point, congratulate Slava on the fantastic job that she's doing for your district. She has managed to do something that is almost unheard of, to start a new program from scratch. Slava is starting a recycling of used hearing aids in 7-Eleven. She has managed to get some of the corporate sponsors on board where she can drop off these hearing boxes. It's just the same program as the old used hearing glasses, only instead of for glasses, it's for hearing aids. We've also got a place to give them, and these used hearing aids will be refurbished, cleaned, and given to people all over the world, basically, that need them for free. Now, she'll get more into some of the other projects that she's involved in once we get her on. Her presentation did leave a couple things off that Lions Home for Deaf People have been doing in the near past. One of them is we just finished paying off a project in Peterborough where we partnered with Ontario Deaf Blind Association, and they had a home there where 3 people that were deaf and blind lived in a home. Because they're all deaf and blind, they really didn't need a car, and they had a double car garage attached to the house, and we helped refurbish the garage, and now there's 5 people living in there because we put 2 more bedrooms into that home. We just finished paying that one off. The other thing that we just finished paying off was we partnered with Sensory Deaf Blind, and they're up in Paris, Ontario. And we built a cafe inside the facility. And this cafe is really built for people that are deaf and blind to get real-time job experience in that environment. So they can learn how to cook, learn how to make coffee, learn how to serve, learn how to do cash, learn how to do ordering, learn marketing. And it's fantastic because it's not just for that little cafe. They can use that experience to maybe get a job at Tim Hortons or Wendy's or wherever. So it's a stepping stone to give them experience. That project now is also completed. Now, Slava will tell you all about how we do our fundraising, but our number one fundraiser for Lions Home for Deaf People and I'm sure most of you have heard about it, is our Helen Keller Fellowship. Uh, that's it up there. It costs $500, but every year Lions clubs get confused between Helen Keller, which costs $500 there, and that one up there, that's a Melvin Jones Fellow. That's $1,000 US. That $1,000 US, you can accumulate it. Say put $200 in each year. Once you get $1,000 US, you can get a Melvin Jones Fellow. However, Helen Keller Fellowships works differently. And this is where some Lions Club get things mixed up, because it's not accumulative. You must pay the entire $500 in one Lions year. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean that we won't accept any money less than $500. If you are suffering from COVID and you can't afford $500 and you wish to donate $50 or $100, we're more than willing to accept that. However, you cannot accumulate that to get a Helen Keller Fellowship at a later date. And this is the reason why, Lions. All the small donations in your district that are less than $500 goes into a pool. When this pool reaches $1,500, your district governor gets to present a Helen Keller Fellowship free to someone in his district. Now, the same thing goes true for every district, all 10 districts in Ontario, okay, the multiple districts. Now, if there's money left over after your governor has a free one to give out, say your district donated $1,800. Your governor gets one, but $300 is left over. All of these monies that are left over from each of the 10 districts goes into a secondary pool. And when that pool gets to be $1,500, the council chair, he gets to appoint Helen Keller Fellowship to somebody in anywhere in Ontario that the council chair wishes to honor. Now, Lions, this has been a problem for years, where district Lions clubs cannot understand the difference between a Helen Keller Fellowship and a Melvin Jones. Okay, I hope I've kind of cleared that up a little bit for you. This, every penny goes towards a project, okay? But it might not go towards a fellowship that you can honor somebody unless you give it the entire $500 in one Lions year, okay? I hope I cleared that one up. Now, because of COVID-19, it's made it very difficult for many clubs for last year and this year to do some fundraising. We've all done fantastic jobs in service projects, but fundraising has been challenging. And because of that, the board of directors for Lions Home for Deaf People, even though we have had money in the bank and paid off our last two commitments, as I mentioned earlier, we have not taken on a new project. And that's not because we don't want to or because there isn't any projects out there, because there are. We've had at least 5 different organizations come to us asking for funding for us to partner with them to help people in Ontario that are hearing challenged. But the board of directors, we just cannot, in good conscience, go into debt without any knowledge of where the money is going to come from. So we've asked them to basically hold off. We're hoping that by September of this year, most of us, I go next week to get my COVID shot, but hopefully by September, most of us will have our COVID-19 vaccinations, and life in Canada will get back to a new normal. And maybe we can start fundraising again like we've done in our historical past, and then we can start getting more funds in from the Lions Club. Now, the one thing I want to leave you with is that we at Lions Home for Deaf People have had a proud history of helping Ontario residents with hearing impairments. And we were only able to accomplish all those things. And again, Slava's with us now, and she'll bring up some of the stuff that we have done in the past. But we've only been able to accomplish that through your support. And we would like to continue doing that with your continued support. Now, remember, you don't have to have $500. It's fantastic if you do, because then that, in my opinion, is the most beautiful award anybody can get. But I'm a little prejudiced. If you only have $100, don't be shy. Please consider when your budgets are being drawn up, remember Lions Home for Deaf People. Now, I've just about stretched my time as much as I wanted to, and seeing that Slava is here, I'm going to turn it back to our moderator, Lion Dave. Lion Dave, you're back on. I'm just going to mute myself. Okay?
Thanks a lot, Lion PDJ.